Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily for June 13, read by Craig M. from Denny, Scotland. A. Thoughts for the Day. Change. How many of us would presume to declare, "Well, I'm sober and I'm happy. What more can I want or do? I'm fine the way I am." We know that the price of such self-satisfaction is an inevitable backslide, punctuated at some point by a very rude awakening. We have to grow or else deteriorate. For us, the status quo can only be for today, never for tomorrow. Change we must. We cannot stand still. As Bill sees it, page 25. Thought to consider. There are only two things an alcoholic doesn't like: the way things are and change. Acronyms. Change. Choosing honesty allows new growth every day. Just for today. Future, from heard at meetings. It is wise to pray for the future, but not to worry about it, because we can't live it until it becomes the present. The depth of our anxiety measures the distance we are from God. Sydney, Australia, came to believe, page 26. Daily reflections. Living our amends. Years of living with an alcoholic is almost sure to make any wife or child neurotic. The entire family is to some extent ill. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 122. It's important for me to realise that, as an alcoholic, I not only hurt myself, but also those around me. Making amends to my family and to the families of alcoholics still suffering will always be important. Understanding the havoc I created and trying to repair the destruction will be a lifelong endeavour. The example of my sobriety may give others hope and faith to help themselves. As Bill sees it, a saving principle. The practice of admitting one's defects to another person is, of course, very ancient. It has been validated in every century, and it characterises the lives of all spirituality-centred and truly religious people. But today religion is by no means the sole advocate of this saving principle. Psychiatrists and psychologists point out the deep need every human being has for the practical insight and knowledge of his own personality flaws and for a discussion of them with an understanding and trustworthy person. So far as alcoholics are concerned, A would go even further. Most of us would declare that without a fearless admission of our defects to another human being, we could not stay sober. It seems plain that the grace of God will not enter to expel our destructive obsessions until we are willing to try this. So 12 and 12, pages 56 to 57. Big Book quote. Actually, we were fooling ourselves, for deep down in every man, woman and child is a fundamental idea of God. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or other it is there. For faith in a power greater than ourselves and a miraculous demonstration of that power in human lives are facts as old as man himself. So Alcoholics Anonymous, We Agnostics, page 55. 24 hours a day. A. Thought for the Day. In AA we have re-educated our minds. We have to learn to think differently. We have to take a long view of drinking instead of a short view. We have to look through the glass of what lies beyond it. We have to look through the night before the morning after. No matter how good liquor looks from the short view, we must realise that in the long run it is poison to us. Have I learned to look through the bottle to the better life that lies ahead? Meditation for the day. If you're honestly trying to live the way you believe God wants you to live, you can get guidance from God in times of quiet communion with Him, provided your thoughts are directed towards God's will and all good things. The attitude of "Thy will, not mine, be done" leads to clear guidance. Act on this guidance and you will be led to better things. Your impulses seem to become less your own and more the leading of God's Spirit acting through your thoughts. Obeyed, they will bring you the answers to your prayers. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may try to think God's thoughts after Him. I pray that my thoughts may be guided by His thoughts. It's Hazeldean Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Centre City, MN 55012. This is Transitions Daily. My name's Craig and I'm an alcoholic.
We hope you enjoy today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified, all quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc., 1952, 1957, 1967, 1973, 1975, 1976, 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985, 1988, 1990, or 2001.